um, there. And since I forgot to hit record before I started, just a little brief introduction again. My name is Heather Crank, and I'm the study abroad advisor here at Eastern. And we are highlighting international internships today. And so we have two very wonderful people from API who are going to speak about international internships. And then we also have Bobby Kingery from Career Services to highlight some opportunities as well. And so I will turn it over to Jason or Sally, whoever is going to be presenting first.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Heather. Thanks so much, Bobby. And thank you for everyone for being here today. My name is Jason Koba. I'm on the University Relations team here at API. So I get to work with Heather to kind of develop all these wonderful ideas for programming and try to reach more Eastern Illinois students. And then I'll let Sally introduce herself if she wants to just say hi quick, and then she'll chat in a little bit.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Sally Turnbull, VP for Career and Internship Programming at API.
Awesome. Bobby, do you want to say hi quick too? I don't know if people know you, but I thought since we're all going around and doing intros, why not?
Sure. I'm Bobby Kingery. I'm the Director of Career Services. I'm really excited about this because my daughter did an international internship 2 summers ago, and I know what a fantastic experience it is. So I really encourage all of our students to consider it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to get started on a presentation, and then I'm going to start and kick things off, and then Sally's going to step in and kind of take it in just a bit from there. So go ahead and share my screen here, kick it off. Alrighty. So we are here to talk about international internships. So hopefully by the end of this session, you'll have a lot more information about how to find internships through API as far as international internships are concerned, but also understanding what it is that makes an international internship special and what it is that makes it a unique experience. Internships are something that you can do in lots of different places, but we really think that an international internship is one of the best choices that you can make because it gives you a really, really great opportunity to expand your horizons and to develop beyond a traditional internship and beyond the classroom. So there's a couple different reasons that we kind of stick out as kind of the main points for doing an international internship. You're going to develop personally and professionally, and you're going to get to work in a global environment. So what's really cool about an international experience is that most of the time you're working with people from all over the place. It's not just the people that are in that other country, but it's a truly global environment. And I challenge anyone to find any job in the world anymore that doesn't work in a global environment. No matter what you do, from any kind of job you can think of, people from all over the world come together to work and collaborate. So really an international experience is a great way to get that jump start on what your professional career is going to be once you graduate from Eastern Illinois. It's also a great opportunity to just prepare your career skills and work on the great skills that you need to succeed in your career opportunities, to gain that international work experience and to build your network, to really create and expand your network and to make it a global network. I talk to students all the time who are still in contact with people that they did an internship with internationally, that they have as a great person to add to their network. Their LinkedIn contacts are getting bigger all the time, and it's a great way to network and to go beyond just the standard connections that you might have. So API offers international internships in a variety of sites around the world. So we have internships primarily focused in Europe, but we have them expanding more and more to other areas of the world, including Asia. We also work in New Zealand and then Latin America too. So there's an internship available in a lot of different places, and what's possible in each of these different locations will vary based on the industries that are there, based on language, perhaps in some locations as well. But there's lots and lots of different chances for you to explore what's available. Sally's going to go through kind of what that process looks like for searching, and she'll share a lot more details with you on that. But just to kind of give you an overview that we are really located around the world, and you have lots of different options for international internship placements. I always like to share this slide as just a bit of a feedback from a student, because it's always great to hear from us because this is what we do, but hearing from students is what's most important, obviously. And so this is a student's feedback explaining that they had a great experience, everything about it from the application process through their actual being on site. Their resident director and on-site support was what really helped make it, which is a very common statement that we hear from students quite a bit when it comes to an international experience. And they really had a great opportunity. So it's not just the internship itself, but there's also the whole experience that surrounds the internship. Just as you do when you have an international experience, you have your focus, maybe it's the courses you're taking or the internship experience yourself, but there's a lot of other opportunities opportunities for you to grow and develop and to see different things around the place that you are. So the internship is fantastic for Grace, who had a really, really great experience. So with the international internship, it's more than just the actual placement. So yes, that's obviously the bulk of what you're doing, and you're there for this full-time international internship placement, but there's a lot of other things that are part of the experience for you. So these are just kind of some of the different things that are part of that. So there's the pre-departure services, which is one single little check mark, but it's a very big part of the program because there's a lot of preparation that goes into getting that internship set and the person and the student are ready for the intern. I'll let Sally talk a little bit more about that in a bit because she's going to go through what that process looks like, but just know that it's a very, very big part of it. So it should really have maybe 4 of these bullets instead of just one. But that's definitely something that our team is going to help you throughout the process. Once you're on site, you're going to have an orientation that's going to help get you prepared, both from logistics as well as the cultural aspects, kind of getting used to what it's like. What is the workplace culture like in this location? Being a tourist and being a student somewhere is a little bit different than being an actual working professional. So there's different things to consider. So that's one of the things that our team will help talk about as far as on-site orientation. There'll also be some pre-departure orientation, of course, ahead of that, but there'll definitely be some on-site services for you there. You also have on-site staff and resident directors that are there to help support you. So you have your internship staff, your internship supervisors, but you also have API staff as well. So you have a really, really strong network of support to provide assistance for everything from where do I go for the doctor, or I'm having trouble with my intern supervisor, or this is really cool, I really want to share this exciting experience with someone, and there can be someone there to help you with all that. Medical and life insurance are included as well. There's airport and train reception, so someone will meet you when you're there and help you get settled in. Housing, which we'll talk about in a second. And then the career coaching and career hub, Sally's going to talk about that quite a bit towards the end of the session, so I'll let her talk about that. And then social and cultural activities and excursions are also part of every program. So in addition to, again, being a full-time working professional, you'll have some things that are arranged for you by API, whether it's an excursion, a day trip that's always included with your API internship, as well as some cultural events that take place within the city. Because again, it's more than just the experience itself, but all of the different things that come around that. So housing, of course, is a very important aspect of the program, and this is something that is included with every API internship. So this is part of the program as you're looking for this. Safety is always our number one priority when it comes to housing. So we always want to make sure that students are housed in a safe location, but we also think about where they're going to be located in terms of where would they want to be living in the city. You're living in this location for a period of, 8 weeks. So you want to make sure that it's in a place that you'd want to be. Your internship might be a little bit further away, but you're going to live in a place that's going to be a little bit better because, that's where you're going to spend a lot of your time outside of the internship experience itself. The type of housing that's available will vary by location. So it might be a homestay, it might be an apartment, it might be a residence hall of some sort or a dorm type situation. All of that's going to be detailed on the individual website for each program. So you'll see what that looks like. And in some cases, you'll get to choose between which type of housing option you want. So again, safety is the most important thing, but these are all really, really convenient and really, really nice apartments or houses or whatever the case may be for that, because we know that the housing is a very important aspect of the program. These are all visited and verified by API staff, so we make sure that people have been to them and see them and know where they are, so you can feel safe. And you'll live with other API students, other interns as well, sometimes other study abroad students too, so it just kind of varies from program to program. As I mentioned, there's cultural events and activities that are included with every internship. So these are included at every cost. So generally there's a monthly activity of some sort. It might be a cooking class or a movie night or a museum visit of some sort. And then there's also kind of the orientation activities, welcome and farewell. And then a day trip is included in all of the internship experiences as well. And these will be detailed on each individual site because it will vary depending on the location as to what these activities are. So you'll see what the excursion is in each different site. The cultural activities will vary based from place to place. So there's lots of different opportunities for this, and this will change based on what's available, the time of the season, what might be the best thing to happen at that particular place. Scholarships are also important to touch on. So API awards literally millions of dollars in scholarships annually to our students. And so for our summer interns, we have our early bird scholarship, which is a $500 scholarship that students can earn for an internship. This is a very easy scholarship to get, basically. We want students to have the availability to know that there's funding to help support them on their program. So students will fill out an early bird application scholarship from our website, and they'll learn right away if they've been awarded a scholarship. For students who receive financial aid, we also have our Financial Boost Scholarship. For those students that receive either their Pell Grants or subsidized loans, they can apply for additional aid and support beyond that. I would also encourage you to look on our website because we have a variety of other scholarships from external sources. So there may be search engines or databases that you can look through for other awards that might be particular to where you're from or what you're studying or whatever the case may be. Also check with Eastern Illinois because there may be some internal scholarships or awards that can be possible that you can earn as well. So Heather would be a great person to ask about those scholarships. So academic credit is an option for the internships that we offer. So our internships do not automatically come with credit, but you can get credit either through us or through Eastern Illinois for this. So API offers you the option of enrolling in one of two different courses that we have through our internships. The first is through our School of Record, University of Massachusetts Amherst. This is our program that is a variable credit based on the amount of time that you're there. So you can get between 3 and 9 credits, depending on how long your internship is and how many credits you might need. This is offered in English, so this is where a lot of our students are enrolling in this particular course. If you do happen to need the course credit in Spanish, we do have a credit option available through our university, Universidad de Congreso in Argentina, where you can earn 3 credits in Spanish. So in both of these courses, both of these courses have asynchronous methodology, although there are some course components of the Spanish class that are synchronous. It's going to vary depending on which course you need, but you will go through this process and you can decide to enroll in one of these courses when you're looking through the application process. Again, Sally will show you where that is and you can kind of indicate what that looks like. But again, you don't have to do the credit with us, but we highly recommend it because it's a great way to engage within it. There's also an opportunity for you to get credit through Eastern, and I'm going to let Heather mention that and chat a little bit about what that process might look like.
So if you decide there is a way for you to get the credit, internship credit through Eastern, and to do that, you would just approach whatever professor it is in your department and say, hey, I'd like to do X internship. And then we would get a course approved, just like our typical course approvals. And then instead of paying API, you would just pay Eastern tuition for that internship. It is a little more difficult to go this way, but not impossible. And like API, we highly recommend just taking their course just because the process is easier. But if need be, if you need a certain professor, you need certain requirements that have to be through Eastern, you can't get an Eastern professor to teach the course.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Heather. Okay, and I'm going to turn it over to Sally now so she can go through the good details that everybody cares the most about. So yay.
Thanks, Jason. So our internship application timeline, students will personalize and apply to their top 3 internships. And we're going to go through this whole application timeline. I'll show you exactly how it's going to work. You can choose to add credit, select your housing, confirm other included excursions. All interns are part of a day trip, but we do offer some overnight trips as part of our on-site experience for all of our students. And interns have the opportunity to say, yes, I want to participate in that. The reason we don't include it up front is because we don't know your job schedule. Depending on what you're going to be doing, you may want to set your own weekend activities, or you may have a couple weekends if you're doing an event management internship or a social services internship. There may be some weekends where you're required to work and take time off during the week. So we really want to make sure that the excursion works for you and your schedule. And it's always a possibility for you to add that on even while you're on site. After you have selected your top 3 internships, you'll complete our simplified application. It's a 4 screens, basic information that you'll tell us a little bit about yourself. Then after you've been accepted, which typically takes about 24 to 48 hours, you'll submit your resume. Submitting the resume is really important because that is your gateway to meet with a career coach. You can submit your statement of purpose as well, but we try to make it really easy for you to submit that resume, and I'll go through some of our resources to make it super easy for you to do. When you meet with the career coach is going to look at your internship selections, whether you selected 1 or 3. And they're going to look at your resume and make sure that that your resume has the skills that the internships require. They're also going to talk to you about maybe how to rank your top choice selections. What do you want out of this internship experience? How's it going to support your overall career goals? How do you make this decision? And they're going to support you through all of that, having those one-on-one conversations with students. These career coaches are certified career coaches that we contract with, and some of them have specialties. Some of them are locational specialties. Some of them are discipline-specific specialties. So depending on what you apply for, the location you apply for, we're going to match you with a career coach. The career coach then delivers to us your top choice internships, and you deliver an updated resume and cover letter. And then we work with our on-site staff to get you placed with your best fit internship. While we're doing that, we give you access to the API Career Hub. So the API Career Hub has skill-based modules, mock interview that includes AI-generated feedback on responses. It has a personal branding quiz. Our students that participate in the Career Hub and do those skill-based modules they show results as being more effective in their internship. They have an overall better experience and are more prepared for the workforce. After we have matched you with your best fit employer, we're going to set up an interview for you to speak with your employer about the opportunity, showcase your skills, get some good practice, learn more about their work environment. At that point, we'll share with you the company name and details so that you can do your own research and get excited about the opportunity. 99% of our interviews result in an offer. So after that interview, we will send you an offer letter where you can review the responsibilities. Some of them have been updated based on the interview. If you said there's particular skills you're looking to gain, or if the company talked to you about a particular big project they have coming up that they really think you'll be a great addition to, those internship responsibilities on the offer letter will reflect that. After that, you'll arrive on site for your internship, where you'll have a workplace orientation, meet the other interns that you're living with, and learn how to commute in your host city. So I'm going to take the screen from Jason and show you how to find our internships. So this is our homepage here. So just to show you, you can come to our internship specific site and watch a video on why international internships are beneficial to you, the skills you can develop through an international internship. And you can also scroll down and read a little bit more about the different opportunities we offer through internships. We also have our internship resources page to polish your resume, get interview ready. You can learn why to do an international internship. We have answers to your most common questions. You can read our FAQs, watch a video from a former intern, see what's included, and read about other internship experiences. So if we come over, sorry to scroll really fast. If we come to our internship resources, you can come to the resume here. You can click to see a sample resume that's actually downloadable and fillable, or you can use our tool for API Write My Resume. So this is actually a form where you'll submit your experience, and we generate a starter resume for you to meet with the career coach with. The career coach will talk to you about everything that's on your resume. You can add to it, but it helps get you sort of just off the ground on that resume, because trust me, I know kind of how challenging it is to put together that first resume. It can be very daunting, and we just want you to know that we're here for you and we're going to support you through the whole thing. So lots of different just things to read up on here. What is business casual? Most of our interns, that is going to be their workplace uniform, so to speak. So what does that look like in your particular internship? And again, opportunities to learn about other interns. So then when you're ready, you can come to Find My Program. Here we have our programs, so you can search under program type. You can just search our internship and see our internship programs. You can go to the program pages, read a little bit more, see how competitive the program is, all the dates that it's offered, if you know what city you want to go to, learn about the location. And you can view our internship opportunities, or you can come to this internship postings tab. There you go. And view all of our available internships. If you can filter these from here, so you can filter by city. So say Barcelona is your top choice city. So you can see what internships are available in Barcelona. If you want to further filter that by a particular major or even a career interest, you can filter it down to see what works the best for you. Each internship has kind of some quick facts on here, including the dates, the level of language required, if it requires Spanish, or if you in English, beginner, advanced, whatever that might look like. If there are perks to the internship, the size of the company, if you're working hybrid or in person, full-time, part-time, whatever that looks like for you in particular. So if we want to click on a particular internship, you can see where in Barcelona the internship is located. Then you can read a little bit about the organization. Scroll down to see the required skills as well as the opportunities to enhance your skills. So these required skills, including the language proficiency, are things that we want to see on your resume. How do you have, show us those communication skills through your cover letter. What experience do you have working in community outreach or communication design? And then again, you can include in your cover letter that you really are interested in communication planning, communications management. The course that you just took last spring really gave you a lot of great ideas on this, and you want to learn more. Then you can see the position responsibilities. So in Spain in particular, it's very common for employers to have the student working with them they interview their interns, and then it's very common for them to have the student working with them for 1 week to 2 weeks and then deliver more responsibilities. But they want to feel out how that intern is working with the organization, what their skill set is, and what ideas they bring to the company. So almost all of our internships in Spain include this. Once you've started, other duties can be built on these additional responsibilities. You can see the length of the internship, different if you're like, oh, I clicked on summer 1, but I really need summer 3. Now you can see it is offered in summer 3. Great. I'll find that particular position. We also let you know if it's paid or unpaid. We do have some paid positions in locations where students are completing a temporary work visa. Students do not complete a temporary work visa in Spain, in Barcelona, but you will complete a temporary work visa for the UK, London specifically, and Edinburgh. So for those positions, we can offer some paid placements. A lot of our employers know that while they can't pay interns, they do want to provide perks. So they might help support you with providing lunch stipends or transit passes, networking, attending networking events with the organization. We had one company that hosted lunch every day for their intern, and they were going out with a different leader of the organization. So they really got to learn more about the organization through those lunches and got super delicious lunches every day. And we also provide your work schedule so that you can set expectations on what that work schedule is going to look like. So if this is the internship, if we're like, oh man, that sounds perfect, just exactly what I want to do, it's going to enhance my skills, you can go to select internship. Let us know what university you're a part of. So we'll type in Eastern Illinois. I'm really impressed that I spelled that right, because some reason when I get on these calls, I lose all ability to spell. So we double check, it's summer 3. Okay, perfect. Let's get started. Again, we offer you the opportunity to apply to up to 3 placements. If you were also looking at Lisbon, or you were also looking at Seville, and you're just really not sure which one you want to apply to, send us an email at support-internships and let us know, I'm equally interested in this position in Dublin as I am in Barcelona, and we'll advise you and say, great, let's look at your resume, let's look at your portfolio, whatever it might be. Let's advise you on which internship might be the best fit for you. So you can come through here. You can filter again by area of study, by career interest. So if we want to do area of study, we did communication. Oh no, not telecommunications, sorry. What? Business and corporate communications. Oh, can't find any. See it? So we move on. We can do a keyword search for marketing and see what might additionally come up. A booking agent, I didn't see that before. Business operations, let me take a look at that. And again, you're able to see all of the same information for each internship. After you have selected internships, and I will say that based on our data last year, students either select one or three internships, then you'll move on and let us know if you want to obtain credit through the University of Massachusetts Amherst, get credit through Congresso or Eastern Illinois, or just say, you know what, I really just want to do this for the experience. If you say you want to add credit through Amherst or Congresso, you'll see that it updates the price of the program for you. You can also see a price breakdown coming here on the housing fee versus the educational fee and your insurance. Educational fee includes your insurance. It also includes a lot of the social and cultural activities that Jason was talking about throughout your time abroad. Next, we get to look at our housing options. Barcelona offers a lot of different housing options to students. So you can live with a local host, you can live in a shared or a private bedroom. Private bedroom does have an additional fee associated with it. And we also have a comfort dormitory that students can elect to stay in. We do try to house interns with other interns. So with the exception of the local host, which is a single room that you'll be so you won't share a room with anybody, but in this space we try to put you in the apartments where the other interns are located. Our goal is for interns to not to have less than an hour commute, and in a really big city like Barcelona that can be really challenging, and that's again where we use our different housing options to make sure that you're in a housing option that's going to have interns but also is going to alleviate a lot of that commute for you. So you can read about the different housing options, select the one that works best for you and your budget, and then tell us a little bit about yourself. I don't have a roommate request. If you do have a roommate request, you write in your roommate's name. As long as they wrote in your name as well, then we'll confirm you both together. Let's see, I'm just gonna click through some of these. Okay. Here we go. And then you choose your excursions. So you can see your included day trip excursion. And then again, if there's something in here that you're like, oh, I definitely want to paddle in the Mediterranean Sea, always wanted to see Montserrat, you can go ahead and add it. Or you can choose to not add it and come back to it later. All right, so we've gone through, we've selected our internships, we've said what housing we want to be a part of, excursions, we know we're going to get credit, and we haven't even completed the application yet. So the next step is to press save and continue, and it will take you to our simplified application where you tell us a little bit about yourself, and we do have an application fee of $50. And then within 48 hours, you should be accepted to the internship. I do want to highlight a couple of programs here. In addition to kind of those traditional 8-week internships, we offer shorter term internships and project-based internships. So let's see, you want to come here and look at our program types of internship, and we offer research opportunities. So lots of different things for you to review here. Let's keep it to our summer and 3. And you can take a look. So here's one of our project-based internships in Florence. Coming in at 4 weeks, students have the opportunity to live in Florence and work for a company on a project. Now, project-based internships mean that it's a hybrid work environment. So you're working on a team with other students to create a proposal around a particular challenge that an organization is facing. And we tell you about what that's going to be. So if you come down here, similar to the internships, you can read about what the internship is. So let's take a look. So in particular, this one is about a beauty and skincare brand that's looking to expand their brand into other locations. And so they want market analysis, target audience profiling, a SWOT analysis. So again, you work with a team under a supervision of the company, as well as support from an API coach who's going to mentor you through the project. So within 4 weeks, when you present your proposal, you have all of these skills associated with reviewing an international brand, an international company. You've delivered on, you've delivered feedback, as well as, some of the companies will want resources like social media plans, maps, maybe even some branding examples for you to put together. But all of that you have available for you, and you can add to your resume as something you did for that global company. So with our research internships as well, we have some in Barcelona. We also have research internships in Sheffield in the UK. So these internships are very unique. Students apply to a research institute and are paired with the best fit project. So we offer 3 different opportunities for students to do this, and research internships really vary. We have kind of those hard sciences, biomolecular sciences, and then we also have English, history, and stage and screen. Education research, our law research internships works with a Center for Peace and Justice Studies. Just really cool opportunities. These internships have been really popular among students the last few years, so definitely something to think about. They do offer a lot of perks to students, including networking, opportunity to take classes, potential authorship on publications. So really great opportunity there. Okay. I will stop sharing.
Awesome. I'll go back to the presentation because I have a couple
Yeah.
more things you're going to chat about there.
Yeah. Thanks. So again, after you've completed that application, as soon as we have your resume, we're going to set you up an appointment with our career coach. So the career coach is going to look at that resume as well as your internship selections and guide you on ranking the internship selections, on modifying that resume, updating it. I talked to our coach the other day, and she was saying that most of the interns that she talks to, she just they're just happy. Their resumes look fantastic. And she's just really happy to tell them, like, this is a great resume. And they're like, is it really? And so she talks to them sometimes about keywords and, when you want to add this experience to your resume, or how different computer programs can pick up keywords in your resume. So you want to make sure you're using those. She redirects students also to their career services office, because there are so many great professionals there to support students, both in these international internships, but also in your job placement post-university career. Our mock interviews is through the Career Hub, so you can record yourself. It's a really good practice, because a lot of jobs, that is your first interview now, is that you will actually record yourself answering a series of questions. It is a lot harder than it sounds, and maybe that sounds hard already, but I thought it was. A few years ago, I had to do one, and I was like, oh, this will be easy, but there's like a countdown timer, and it was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So good practice for the real world there. We also have intern check-ins. So we offer on our app, on the API app, we offer engaging pre-departure orientation videos, resource articles unique to the student experience, especially for those interns. We have an on-site orientation once you arrive that includes a workplace orientation. So what to expect from your workforce. What do you do if you encounter a situation where, you're not quite sure how to do something or who to talk to, or and then we also have instructions for commuting, and we always advise students to practice their commute the day before their internship. We have a group chat with interns on site regularly, and we do weekly check-ins with the employers, especially at the beginning. But our on-site team is listening very closely to those employers. Sometimes we find out that a student is sick because they've called in sick to work. They haven't contacted our on-site staff, so we'll take that opportunity to check in with the student. We also have weekly cultural activities and excursions that interns are always included in. Maybe it's a trip to go see a play. Maybe it's a festival that's taking place. Lots of different opportunities with the on-site team. We do a 2-week evaluation for students. So at the 2-week mark, let us know, how are you settling into the internship? Do the internship, is the work that you're doing aligned with your offer letter? Do you have any concerns? Or is everything going really well? Tell us that as well. We do a midpoint evaluation after that. So, if we need to make any changes at that 2-week check-in, how are those changes working out? How's it going? Do we need to come in again? Whatever it might look like. And then we do a final evaluation. So what skills have you gained? How is your housing? How are those excursions? How are the on-site staff? It's a much broader kind of evaluation. We also do a final employer evaluation. So we give the employer opportunity to tell us what kind of success you brought to the internship, the projects that you were able to complete, and how you've impacted their business. So we went through just like the research internships and our more traditional internship. So just kind of, this is a quick look at some of the different opportunities we offer, because we know that not everybody's interested in the same kind of internship. Maybe you're not ready for that full 10, 12 weeks abroad, or, maybe you are. So just kind of some quick facts here. So in our traditional internship, they all have come with the career coaching and the career hub, the accredited course with a different level of hours. Our traditional internship is 32 to 40 hours per week for 8, 10, or 12 weeks. They are paid or unpaid, and include perks. Our research internships are typically have the same things, except they're typically unpaid because they are research institutes, but they do come with some additional perks. Project-based internships can be part-time or full-time. So we do have the opportunity to add on a project-based internship to a study program, and we'll show those highlights in a minute. These are in-person and virtual options. You have the opportunity to work with an employer partner and an API coach. We also include special guest speakers and company visits to really help you understand the nature of the business and the challenge that you're working on with that business. So for instance, we have a project-based internship that works with several UN-focused organizations in Rome, and it's a project to optimize funding platforms. So you meet with those different organizations, including the World Food Program. I know the acronym, and now I can't. Food and Agricultural Division, International Food and Agricultural Division, and there's one other one that I can't remember. But you'll actually meet with those organizations to talk through how they get funding from the UN, how they present. And you have this fantastic API mentoring coach that kind of supports you through putting that proposal together. We had students do that project-based internship last year, and they had an amazing experience. For Eastern Illinois, these project-based internships are also customizable to a faculty-directed program, if that's of interest. We have virtual internships that are part-time or full-time. And then we have our career expedition programs, which are really short programs, 10 to 14 days, where a student just explores a particular industry, career, or sector. So last year was our first career expedition, and we did it around the Paris Olympics. So students got to see kind of sports management through the lens of a sporting mega event. And we had a really great leader on that program and mentor who has worked with 6 different Olympic committees, 4 FIFA committees. And so he knows exactly what it takes to put all of that together. And he shared that knowledge with our students, as well as lots of networking opportunities. This year, we're offering a medical shadowing in Mendoza, and we will be offering some other career expeditions coming up as well. So again, just a really quick pass at all the different ways that you can enhance your career experiences. Summer internship highlights. We do offer some 6-week internships in Milan, Lisbon, all throughout Spain, as well as London. We have our research internships in Sheffield and Barcelona, Auckland, Santiago, Dublin, Lisbon. We have lots of different research opportunities, paid internships in London, 4 week study plus project-based internships. So in Athens, Florence, and San Jose, students can take a course through the host institution and add on a project-based internship while they work with a team. And that way you come away with 6 credits from your summer experience instead of just 3 with a course or 3 with a project-based internship. And then, like I said, we have our medical shadowing in Mendoza for 2 weeks offered in May and August. And you actually get to participate in some surgical rotation. When I say participate, I mean view and shadow, not
Perform surgery.
participate, not participate with the tools. So I want to be really clear. No Spanish is required for that medical shadowing because we have translation students from the host university who are getting their internship by translating for our students. Internships for everybody.
Yes. So that's the culmination of the presentation. So we definitely wanted to make sure we leave a lot of time for questions to see if there's anything that we can answer. I've got some contact information up here for Heather and Bobby from Eastern Illinois, and then my email as well for anything you might be related to API. So I'll share this with Heather and Bobby as well so that they have the final presentation. But we wanted to make sure that we have time. So if there are any questions, any thoughts, anything we can go over in more detail, anything that we didn't cover that you wish we had.
And you can also feel free to put in the chat if you can't get your video
Yes,
working.
absolutely. And is there anything else that Bobby or Heather would like to add to? We talked a lot, so if there's anything that you would like to add, please feel free.
Yeah, I'll turn that over to Bobby to see if there's anything you'd like to offer career services wise to Eastern students.
Sure. I think the 2 week medical one, the shadowing and that experience would be absolutely fantastic. I tell all of my students that want to go to med school, you're competing with the best, right? Because everybody's had about the same coursework. They're all really smart. So, what options or what things could you do that might help you stand out? And I think that's one of the best opportunities to really broaden your view of medicine. So I think any study abroad is great. I think any internship abroad is great, but I think that could be really effective to help our students stand out.
That's great feedback to have. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, and let us know if there are any other sort of disciplines or career areas, sectors that you think Eastern Illinois students would be particularly interested in doing that kind of 10 to 14 day exploration.
Okay. Anything else? Any other questions or thoughts or anything that we can talk about? I don't know. I don't want to put Jacob on the spot, some person there, but if there's any questions that you might have, if not, that's okay too. It's okay to just gather information.
Most definitely. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording because it seems like we've got the information that we need here.
Sure.